All right. So I am Norm Peckham from the district's Educational Technology Office. And today what you are going to learn about is a tool named Screencastify that makes it really simple to make screencast lessons that integrate right into Canvas or Google Classroom or whatever platform you're using. So that's what we're going to cover today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to my tabs that I have open already. And that's not the one that I want. Let's see. It's actually an overview one. Sorry, let me minimize that. And it's right here, Screencast Overview, Screencastify Overview. So I have this document linked on our screencasting resources page, which I'll show you later on in this webinar. And what we're going to do is we're going to see how Screencastify, how you get it onto your computer, how you use it, and how you share out the video. Those are the three main things I'm going to go over today. So Screencastify is a piece of software. You don't need to go to the software center to get it. It's actually a piece of software that is right in your browser. It's in Chrome. So you're going to have to use the Chrome browser for this. Chrome is a colorful icon. It looks like a colorful eyeball, I always say. We have three browsers that we use in our district, three web browsers: Chrome, which is made by Google, and then we have Edge right over here at the bottom of my taskbar here, Microsoft Edge, and we have Internet Explorer, which I do not have pinned to my taskbar. But you do need to use Chrome for this. Screencastify will not work in any other browser except Chrome. The way you get Screencastify is by going to screencastify.com. Okay, if you go to screencastify.com, which I have open right here, you will see on that page a button in the upper right corner, and mine says already installed. It only takes like a minute for it to install on your browser once you click that button to install it. It will ask you to what account do you want to use. Go ahead and use your NPS email account, your NPS user account. And once you click, you accept that, you need to allow Screencastify access to your Google Drive, to all your Google products, because Screencastify, even though it's not made by Google, it integrates very nicely with all Google products. So again, it's in the Chrome web browser after you install it. So you need to go to screencastify.com, click on the install button, and there's another install button down here. And once you get it installed, it takes like a minute or two, you'll see it pop up in your Chrome extensions. Your Chrome extensions run across the top part of your Chrome web browser, right up here. Okay, I have many Chrome extensions, as you can see. What a Chrome extension is a little piece of software that adds functionality to your web browser. So Screencastify is this little guy right here. It looks like an orange pointing arrow with a white video camera in it. You can see it a lot better right here. Okay, and so I'm going to look at the chat really quick. I see, can we get a button says to add to Chrome? Yes, you're going to want to add it to Chrome. So once you click on that add button, it will ask you to add it to Chrome. You're going to want to do that. After it installs, it looks like this. Okay, and again, it looks like an orange arrow pointing to the right with a little white video camera inside of it. To use Screencastify, what you're going to do is you're going to click on it. Okay, once you click on it, this window opens. Now, one thing you do need to know is that Screencastify is free, but because it is free, you're limited to 5 minutes per video, unfortunately. Okay, you don't have a lot of time to talk and to do a screencast, but what I would recommend is with that 5 minutes, you're going to want to basically chunk your lessons, task analyze, maybe have an outline of how you want to do those 5-minute chunks. You can make as many video recordings as you want with Screencastify, and they all automatically save to your Google Drive. Okay, so that's one of the nice things about Screencastify. They all save to your Google Drive. So to use Screencastify after it's installed, it's a really simple process. The first thing you want to do is you want to check that your microphone is working. And you can see your microphone working because this little area right here will be moving up and down. Hopefully you can see that on my screen. I'm kind of hovering it over it with my mouse. It's right next to the microphone icon, and you can see it turns green when I talk. So it's definitely picking up my audio. So you want to make sure the mic's working so that you have sound in your video. And then after you make sure that that's working, if you want to change your microphone to another one, all you have to do is, if you have another microphone plugged in, you just click on that drop down arrow. Let me click on Screencastify again. And then you select the microphone that you want. You have the option with Screencastify to embed your webcam. That means kind of like I'm on Webex right now, so you can see me right now. If I didn't want you to see me, then I would have to turn off my webcam in Webex, which we're using for this webinar. But in Screencastify, your webcam is turned off by default. If you want to be seen in the video along with your screen, like I am being seen right now in Webex, you would have to toggle this on. Okay, so you would have to embed the webcam. All right, you do have the ability to just record your webcam only. Okay, so you have 3 different options here. Browser tab, which I honestly would never use. So don't even look at browser tab. What browser tab does is it only records the browser you're in. Like this tab, I'm in Screencastify, but if you switch over to another tab, it won't record. So I would always select desktop, and then it will record whatever is on your desktop. Even if you're opening a Word document, a PowerPoint, any other application like that that's not web-based, it will still record that on your screen. If you select desktop, if you select browser tab, it's only going to do the tab you're in. So if I switch over to this one, where we started today, it won't record that one once I switch. So that's one of the things you need to know about Screencastify. Okay, webcam only. If you do want to do webcam only, it's kind of nice because what it does is it just records your webcam. And a couple of days ago, I saw a video from a teacher who did a read-along, and all she did was she recorded her webcam and was sitting there in her living room reading a book to her students. So she didn't need her screen showing for that. So she just selected webcam only. Okay? But most of the time, you're probably going to want to record like a Google Doc or a PowerPoint or a Word document that you want students to see and you want them to figure out. Or maybe, I'm going to go over here to this screen. Classroomscreen.com is a great little tool. If you just type that in your web browser, classroomscreen.com, what it does is it gives you the ability down here. There's a bunch of different features. I really love this drawing feature. So I'm going to click on that. And it gives you a nice giant whiteboard that you can write on. So I'm going to make a sample screencast video right now using Screencastify. So you get your stuff ready when you're ready to do your video. And then you go over to Screencastify, the little icon here, you click on it, and then you make sure your mic's working. You make sure you're on desktop. I'm not going to embed my webcam. I'm just going to want a voiceover of my screen, and I'm going to pretend to do a little math lesson. So I'm ready to go, and I'm going to press record. Okay. And what happens with that is it gives me the ability, and you can't see it, I have 2 monitors going, so I'm going to show you through here. It gives me this screen right here. It's asking me which screen do I want to share. So the one that I want to share right now is actually this classroomscreen.com. So I'm going to select that one, and then I press share, and then it's going to give me a 3, 2, 1 countdown. Now I am recording this screencast. So right here with these different tools in classroomscreen.com, I can say, hi students, today I want you to learn simple addition. 4 plus 4 equals 8. And then thank you for watching today's video, students. I hope you enjoyed. Then when I'm ready to turn off the screencast, I just go back up to the Screencastify icon, click on it, and press stop. Okay? And what happens with that is it automatically starts rendering the video, and it automatically saves it to your Google Drive. It saves to a folder in your Google Drive that it automatically creates for you. I believe the folder is named Screencastify. So it's right there in your Google Drive, and you have unlimited storage in your Google Drive, so you can make as many of these videos as you want. The first thing I would do is I would title the video, and I'll just call this one April 2nd practice. Okay, and you don't have to save that or anything, it auto saves. And you can see right there, my video is rendering, and you can see a bar going across the top right part of my screen that shows that it's saving to my Google Drive right now. And once it's saved, the bar will go all the way across the screen. So it's almost there. And one of the nice things about Screencastify is because it's saving to your Google Drive, what you can do is you just copy this button right here. You just press this copy shareable link when it's done. And then that link is automatically saved to your clipboard, meaning it's kind of like doing a right click and then copy once you click that button. And then you can paste the link to your video in the platform you're using, whether it be Canvas if you're at the secondary level or Google Classroom if you're at the elementary level. Okay, so that video is done. I see the progress bar is done. So now I can click copy shareable link. And then it enables the link sharing for me. I don't have to do anything to change the permissions on that link. Anyone with the link can view that video. So I don't have to go into Google and change the permissions. It's basically anyone who gets that link will be able to see this little screencast video that I did of 4 + 4 = 8. So that is saved. The other nice thing about this is besides it saving to Google Drive, you can publish it to YouTube. And it's really simple to do that. All of us in the district have a YouTube account. If you didn't know you had one, it's basically in your Google Apps. I'm going to open a new tab really quick. Your Google App chooser, I call it the 9-square grid, the waffle, I've heard it called a lot of different things, resides in any Google product we're in, whether it be our email, our calendar, the Google homepage, your Google Drive, etc. You click on this, and to find YouTube, you look for the YouTube symbol and it's there. Just so you know, you all have a YouTube account through the district. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to publish this to YouTube. So I click on publish to YouTube. It will ask you to add a channel if you've never added a channel before. All you do is click that plus add channel button, and then it will ask you to select your MPS account. If you're logged into your personal Gmail account, it may show that one. Just make sure you select your MPS account. So there's my MPS account there. By default, it's going to private, only I can view the video. If I do that, nobody else will be able to see it except me. So we got to change that to, I don't suggest public. Public means anyone will be able to find it by doing a YouTube search. So if they Google or if they YouTube, go on YouTube and type April 2nd, practice, they might be able to find the video. I don't want anyone in the world to find this video. So I would go to unlisted. Only people who have the link can view the video. So that means only where the link's put, that's the only place where people can access it. Okay, so then I would do that. You do just need to type in a short description. I'll just say April 2nd practice again, and then press upload. Okay, and then that would upload directly to my YouTube account. I'm not going to do that right now because that might slow down the process a little, but it's a very simple process. So it will go into YouTube, and then it will automatically give you the link once it's published in YouTube that you can copy and paste and put into Canvas, Google Classroom, or whatever platform you're using to share out videos with your students. Really quickly, I'm going to go to the chat box just to see what kind of questions we have. Let's see. We did have quite a few, so let me see if I can answer a few of them right now. Screencastify, is it unlimited right now? You're limited to 5 minutes. They did put a free offer out there for unlimited until April 30th, but I checked into that and they basically want a lot of information from district to do that. So unfortunately, we don't have unlimited right now. Let's see. Recording the desktop. Is there an easy way to clean up the bookmarks from showing? You can hide your bookmarks bar, like see all mine are showing right now, which is kind of annoying. You go to the 3 dots, you go to, in your web browser, you go to bookmarks, and then you uncheck show bookmarks bar. And I should have actually done that before today's webinar, so thank you for pointing that out. That was a really great question. So that's one way you can clean up your bookmarks from showing. Yeah, this is very similar to like what Khan Academy does. Good question. Let's see. So yeah, I would chunk the lessons. I see people saying that. You can use Loom, which is another free tool. Can students report us to YouTube if we use our MPS account? You know, unfortunately, anybody can say you're violating things on YouTube and report things even if you're not, but YouTube is pretty good about making sure that they don't want just a bunch of spam from people coming in. So usually I haven't seen a problem with that. I use my district YouTube channel all the time and have been for years and haven't run into any issues. And I used to use it, I've used it sharing out videos with students and luckily haven't had any problems with that. Can students access the video if you click on share it to classroom? I'm going to talk about that next. Okay, these are all great questions. So, okay, the next thing I want to do, I'm going to press cancel on the YouTube upload. Somebody asked about sharing to Google Classroom. If you're using Google Classroom, the great thing is you can just click on this share to classroom button and a little dialog box, a little pop-up window will open and it will automatically open a link to your Google Classrooms. You choose, if you have a bunch of different Google Classrooms like I do, you have to choose which one you want to share it to. So you can see I have quite a few. I'm going to share it to the science one. And then you have to choose an action. Do you want to create an assignment, ask a question, make an announcement, or create a material? I'm going to do create assignment. And then I press go. And what happens is another dialog box opens and it's asking the title. I can change the title if I want, and then I can put instructions. So I'll just say, students, please watch this video, then attach a Google Doc telling me what you thought about it. Obviously, this is a math one, so I'm not thinking this through too well. And then, and then we can change the point value, do all those different things down here. And if I have a topic, I can select, it goes into videos to watch. I already made that topic in there. And then I would press assign. Okay. So, and I could assign it to all students, or I could do that drop down. And actually, I'll do the drop down now. And Marie's in here, so she's the only student from our department in there. So I guess I would just assign it to all my students. And it would assign it right into Classroom. So that makes it really easy. You don't have permission to attach this file. Would you like Classroom to create? Oh, and I'm using a different Screencastify account than my MPS one. That's why it's telling me that. You will not have this issue if you use your MPS one. The reason I have to use my personal one is because I do have, through MPS, I purchased on my own the $49 premium version of Screencastify. And so you guys could see what it looks like when you get it, the free version. Basically, I wanted you to see that, so I had to switch to my personal one, which I do not pay the $49 a year for. So then it goes right into Classroom and it's pulling up that Classroom right there. I'm going to X out of that. Okay, so that brings up the issue of what's the difference between the free version of Screencastify versus the free version. So let me go back to this document. So this document, I'll show you where you can find this in a little bit, but I do have some information on here that just tells you basically the free version of Screencastify, you're limited to the 5 minutes, but you can make as many videos as you want. They all save to your Google Drive. You have unlimited storage in your Google Drive, so go for it. You can make as much as you want. If you want the premium version, it does cost $49 per person per year. You have unlimited length of videos, and the other advantage of that is you can edit your videos, meaning you can splice them into different areas. And basically, if you want to add other clips together, you can do that. But if you really don't need that, I wouldn't suggest going for the $49 a year one. The other nice thing about Screencastify, the free version, is they do have, let's see if I can find, actually, and when your recordings are done in Screencastify, to find them without having to go into your Google Drive, just click on the Screencastify icon in your Chrome browser again, and then go to these 3 horizontal lines, and then click on My Recordings. And what that will do is it will open your library of recordings. I only have like 6 recordings in this personal account, but if I had a ton, they would all be listed down here in this white space. and you would just scroll to find the one that you needed. So it does list them in the order you did. So the most recent one you did appears in the upper left corner. So this is the one I just did now. So I'm going to click on that one. This is where we were before. And I'm going to unmute it so you can hear. With these different tools in classroomscreen.com, I can say, hi students, today I want you to learn simple addition. 4 plus 4 equals 8. And then thank you for watching today's video, students. I hope you enjoyed. Then when I'm ready to turn off the screencast, I just go back up to the Screencastify icon, click on it, and press stop. Okay, so you could see in that short little recording I made that I probably want to trim the end off so that my students aren't seeing me stop the video. To trim that off is really easy. I just click and drag these scissors to right about there so they're not seeing that. And then I just click on Save Trim. Same thing at the beginning. You can trim the beginning of your video. If you had a little bit of a late start on that video, maybe you were finding your notes or something like that, you can trim the beginning off. So if you started the recording and then you had something happen while you were doing that recording, just trim that right off. So I'm going to press cancel on that because I don't want that to happen right now. And I'm going to pause that. Okay. Another thing I wanted to show you is in Screencastify, you do have annotation tools. So if you're on a website, you can annotate right over it. Let me go to the EdTech website. And what I want to do is I'm just going to create a short screencast using Screencastify to just walk people through the EdTech site. So I'm going to click on Screencastify icon. And then I'm going to select desktop. I make sure my microphone's recording, and it is. I don't want to embed my webcam. I'm ready to record, so I press record. And then on my second monitor, because I do have 2 monitors hooked up that you cannot see, because you can't see what's in my dining room right now where I'm broadcasting from, but I do need to select which screen I want to share, and I'm going to select this one and press share. And then Screencastify is giving me that 3, 2, 1 countdown. And now I'm recording. And you can see there's a little red dot next to the Screencastify icon in your Chrome browser that indicates you're recording. The one thing I didn't show you in the last little bit that I did was the annotation tools. They're down here. You can click on this marker and select a color and be saying, I want you to really focus on this right here, our office number. And then I can scroll down and say another thing I want you to focus on is these home learning resources. And since that's blue, maybe I'll change the color to red. Or, yeah, there we go. And then we have Webex information. We have remote teaching button that you can find all kinds of resources. And one other thing we have is up here, and then I can't click on anything because I'm on the tool. So you kind of have to hang up the tool by selecting this cursor pointer icon. And now I'm going to go to the resources tab. And in the resources tab, we have everything listed in alphabetical order of all the different programs and educational technology items we support in the district. So under the S for screencasting, you can click on this page and find out more about screencasting and some screencasting resources. We do have a course right now called Getting Started with Screencasting on the Grow system. And if you just click on this, that will take you right to the link to sign up for the course. And another thing we have are these, if you want to make a screencast with Loom, which is another product, you can use that. I made a short video on how you can use PowerPoint to make a recording of your PowerPoint show or a presentation. And you can even do screencasts through Webex, which we're in right now. And you're unlimited with Webex. So if you want to use Webex, it's a pretty simple process. So with all that being said, I'm going to check the chat again and see what other questions we have. Let's see. I'm going to try to get a video recording of this, and then we'll put it on our remote learning page, which again is, if you go to our EdTech page, it's right there on the front page. So you go to this remote teaching, trainings, and support. We'll put the videos of any of these webinars we're doing, as long as they turn out okay there. Let's see. Are you able to just record audio? I haven't really seen that as a feature in Screencastify now. Let's see. Dot cameras are a different situation. You could use your camera to record what you're doing that way if you just want to record a whiteboard and hold it up for students. You can rename your Screencastify recordings if needed. Can you pause and restart? Yes, you can. In that toolbar with the annotation tools right here, you just have to click this pause right here. And there's a keyboard shortcut, Alt-Shift-P, that lets you pause the video too. So I forgot that I was still in Screencastify recording. So actually, it says, you can see there's a little double red line there for the pause symbol. So that's a good question too. Let's see. And there is somebody asked about a Webex tutorial about how to make a screencast. I do have that on that screencasting page that I just showed. Let me go back to it. And if you click here, it's I think 8 or 9 minute video where it says Webex on how to make a screencast via Webex. Okay. And good point. I think Kimberly said you can use QuickTime to create audio files. It's very user-friendly. So if you just want an audio file, that's something different than a screencast. Okay? And you do have a built-in voice recorder on your device as well, on your Windows device, that lets you record audio. Okay? All right, it's almost 2 o'clock. Are there any other questions? Can you embed Screencastify, Loom, Webex, Screencast? You can. And let me go back to see right here where it says when your video's done rendering, you can click on this Get Embed Code, and it will give you the code to embed it right into Canvas. So if you're using Canvas and you want to embed it, you can do that. What embedding means is the video is there with a little play button that the students can click on. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can just paste the link in there, and then they can go ahead and click on the link to view the video. So you don't need to embed it if you don't want to. Okay, good questions. And oh yeah, how do you get to Screencastify? One more thing, just one more time. Screencastify.com is where you'll go for that. So Screencastify.com, it's completely free for up to 5 minutes. You just click on this button to install it, and once it's installed, it'll be a little Chrome extension right there on your screen. Okay. The last thing I wanted to show you today is how do you get recertification credit for this session. So right here, you go to bit.ly/webinar MPS, and you do need to capitalize the MPS because it is case sensitive. And actually what I'll do is I'll put a link to that in the chat right now. Hold on real quick so I can get that. So I'm going to link that and send this to everyone in the chat right now. If you fill out this form, you'll automatically get a certificate to your email inbox, your MPS email. You just got to type in your first name and last name on the attendance form, and then just select that you are in the screencasting class or webinar, and you will get that right there. So I appreciate your time today. I know you're all very busy. I will try to get this recording out there, and then that way it will be on our remote teaching page. And again, you can find that page right on the front page of our mpsaz.org/edtech page. So that's our educational technology homepage. And then you'll click on that remote teaching button to find all the different resources we have there. Thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate your time.